Sorry for the wait, everyone. I was getting close to finishing my upload of the latest episode of Bleach, the second to last episode of part one. Next week will be the last episode of Bleach, but I was also taking time to try and find my bookmark. So, because this is my favorite bookmark, and I needed it just in case I had to step away. But good to see you, Abir. Good to see you, Ravi, as well. Let's go ahead and get started with my final physical volume read-through of Dragon Ball Super. Let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here. Welcome back to yet another iteration. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I forgot to mute that when I was done. I forgot to mute the desktop audio when I was done doing all this other stuff because I got a busy day today and I got some things to do, I got some errands to run, some things to get rid of. I really do have some things to get rid of. I have made my decision made the very long-awaited decision for me to just finally sell off and get rid of Marvel's Avengers and just trade it in and finally get rid of it. The reason why I held on to it for so long is because I was thinking, let's see if they're going to do this traversal update for the game. And, well, given the state of the game where the only thing that really matters is, pushing out skins for people to buy and no actual things to actually have people look forward to it, I figured I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time waiting on a company that would rather do things to try and make more money than to try and make their game more fun. So I'm just not going to put myself through that paces. I need space for actual real games that matter. And that game does not matter. So yeah, I'm getting rid of it. But also, I had to get my regular show bookmark because it's my favorite bookmark. And just because I had to step away, I just want to have that. So last we left off, we saw the conclusion of the Moro arc, where Goku finally attained perfected Ultra Instinct and used that strength to finally rid the world, the galaxy, the universe of Moro and his power. So that's one foe out of the way. But now we're entering in what's called the Granolah arc, where we find a new person by the name of Granolah, who's a Cerealian from the planet Cereal, or the Cereal tribe, and he's out here trying to get revenge on Frieza. So, yeah, we're about to enter into that. So let's go ahead and get started with my last physical volume of Dragon Ball Super I have in my house. Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 16. I really hope you guys have been enjoying these read-throughs these past 16 days, bar me skipping Sundays. I really hope you guys have been enjoying all of this reading that I've been doing for Dragon Ball Super up until this point. Chapter 16, The Universe's Greatest Warrior. The story thus far. Also, good to see you, like I said before, Abir, Ravi, Psycho, Snow, and Rawl. Good to see you all. Story thus far. A long, long time ago, Son Goku left on a journey in search of the legendary Dragon Balls, a set of 7 balls that when gathered, would summon the dragon Shenron to grant any wish. After a great adventure, he collects them all. Later, he becomes the apprentice of Master Roshi, fights a number of vicious enemies, defeats the great Majin Buu, and restores peace on Earth. Some time passes, and then Lord Beerus, the god of destruction, suddenly awakens and sets out in search of the Super Saiyan God. Goku, by becoming the Super Saiyan God, manages to stop Beerus from destroying the Earth and starts training under him with Vegeta. After some time, the ancient villain Moro escapes from the galactic prison. Moro proves too much to handle during the battle on New Namek, so Goku retreats and begins training. Goku and Vegeta get their chance for a rematch back on Earth, but Moro then absorbs 73 and eventually fuses with the planet itself. Spurred on by Maros's last words of encouragement, Goku achieves Ultra Instinct and defeats Moro. Later on, deep in space, 73's dismembered body becomes a highly sought-after prize. Central to these events is Granolah, the last surviving Cerealian, and someone with a profound grudge against the Saiyans. So that's pretty much the story of where we are right now. So let me slide forward just a little bit. Yeah, let me slide forward. So now we're starting a whole brand new arc. And like it's been for the past more than several read-throughs, this volume has 4 chapters in it, chapters 69 to 72. So, chapter 69, The Evolution of Planet Cereal. And it cuts to Granolah flying to Planet Cereal. And we see a lot of domed locations and everything. And then we cut to him flying through one of these domes and landing in a hangar. And then it cuts to someone bringing him in, like one of the signalers. I don't know the correct name for the people that do that job at airports. Just one dude just signaling him to land. And he steps outside.
Welcome back, Granolah.
Can you fix up the left wing on my ship? It took some damage.
Of course. When do you expect it apart again?
I won't have any jobs for a while, so take your time.
Okay. Please try to take some time off for yourself.
Yeah, that's the plan. And it just cuts to Granolah just walking through Planet Cereal. And he's pointing at different items to buy. That and that. Oh, and some of your top shelf water, please.
You got it. How's the old guy doing these days? He doesn't come into town much anymore.
His leg's been giving him trouble, but otherwise he's fine.
I see.
He's over 500 years old. His people do live a long time, so that's not too unusual.
Why do you two live on that far-off mountain instead of around here with us? We Shugarians We have cereal people, and now we have sugar people. Cerealians and Shugarians. Okay, we're just entering into the breakfast sweets already, aren't we? He's over 500 years old. His people do live a long time, so that's not too unusual. Why do you two live on that far-off mountain instead of around here with us? We Shugarians would welcome you with open arms.
Nah, sorry, but this city wouldn't suit us. See ya.
Hang on! Here, an extra bottle, on the house!
And this Shugarian just tosses some water towards Granolah.
Give my regards to the old guy.
And Granolah just leaves, and he walks up a mountain, like there's a whole mountain path outside of the city he was just in. Say, Granolah, why don't you live amongst the Shugarians? That city was set up for them by the Heaters. It's not meant for me.
But wasn't this not once the planet of the Cerealians?
Sure, 40 long years ago. After our planet was ravaged by Frieza's army, the Heaters swooped in and started rebuilding. And it shows that the Heaters have been around for a hot minute. The Shugarians had lost their own planet and were roaming through space at the time, so they paid well for this planet. This place became their home, so we decided to move on this mountain.
I see. Necessary distancing in pursuit of amiable cohabitation.
Something like that. Plus. And he's looking over at one city where the Shugarians are, and he looks over at the ruins of the Ceruleans. I can see the ruins of my hometown from the top of the mountain, the one Frieza's people destroyed. It's a reminder of what they did to my planet. That way I never forget. And he looks over his city, and he just sees the images of the great apes just ransacking his entire town as he looks over these ruins. Then it cuts to Beerus, because even though Goku's learning how to use Ultra Instinct from Whis, Vegeta's pretty much surmised that it's not for him. And then Beerus says, you do know that Ultra Instinct isn't the only thing we Gods of Destruction's gonna get our hands on. And that was enough to get Vegeta interested, and Beerus was all like, I don't plan on training you, but I'm gonna go exercise. If you see something you like, you have my permission to steal it. So, Whis is training Goku, but Beerus, unofficially, may wind up training Vegeta, and Vegeta's probably gonna learn some new things. But we cut to Beerus. How many planets have you Saiyans destroyed? And it cuts to Beerus just pointing off in the distance, and as Vegeta looks at him. Hard to say. Fighting was the only way of life for my people, so we had a way of racking up sin after sin. Sin, huh?
However, it wasn't until Frieza's clan came along and began using us that the destruction and invasions became business as usual. You trying to lay all the blame for your wicked ways on Frieza and his people? Not at all. In his pursuit for power, my father built his own kingdom atop countless deaths. Frieza's clan taking control didn't help, but the Saiyans sowed the seeds of their own destruction long before that. I feel like this is way too close to where my mouth is, so you guys can't see my full facial expressions. Frieza's clan taking control didn't help, but the Saiyans sowed the seeds of their own destruction long before that. So it was the Saiyans' destiny to be wiped out then? I'd say so. Ridiculous. But never mind that. My people's problems aren't your concern. I'm saying it's ridiculous. What? What do you mean? Weren't you going to show me a technique used by gods of destruction? What could that possibly have to do with the history of the Saiyans? Plenty. And then Beerus shoots a planet over in the distance. Was that the sun that was shining down on Beerus' planet? Because he points over to it and he just blows it up. Yeah, he basically just destroyed his own planet's sun to prove a point. Because the whole thing just goes up. And Whis is just standing there, Beerus is standing there, while Vegeta and Goku are like trying to shield themselves. And this was enough to wake up the prophecy fish completely out of its anesthesia. And it also spilled some of its own water. And then it telekinetically grabs that water so it can, survive in it.
That was too far, Beerus! You just destroyed another decorative planet!
And then it cuts to Whis. Honestly, at this rate, if he keeps destroying things, we'll be fresh out of planets before you know it. Whoa! Lord Beerus is not someone to mess with! You realize this now. You realize... Goku, you stupid. Why do you realize this now after seeing him blow up a planet? After seeing him literally vaporize a person directly in front of him? How do you... Goku, you are so slow, except when you're fast and fighting. What was that technique? That was just a small glimpse of what I can do. How can I acquire such power? And before Vegeta can even say, how can I acquire such power, Beerus grabs him by the face and slams him into the ground. What's the meaning of this? As long as doubt weighs down your soul, this power will never be yours to wield. Doubt, you say? Never mind your own crimes. You feel guilt for the sins of all Saiyans. That's awfully self-centered of you, mortal. And then he proceeds to just casually throw back Vegeta into a tree that's behind him. And then a whole branch just falls on Vegeta. Here's a fun fact. The one who suggested that Frieza eliminate the Saiyans was me. Wow! Wow! He tells them! Wow, I didn't think that Beerus was going to be the one to tell Vegeta that he's the one that suggested Frieza destroy the Saiyans. I didn't think he was gonna be the one to tell him. Cause he was so adamant. He was so adamant on Whis not telling Goku and Vegeta earlier. But now that he's here solely with Vegeta, he just straight up tells him. Here's a fun fact. The one who suggested that Frieza eliminate the Saiyans was me. What? Still think it was destiny? You're just gonna accept that? Go on, try me. I'll obliterate you too. And then Vegeta gets upset. You utter scum! Ha! And then he powers up. And then both Whis and Goku notice this. Vegeta? What's he up to? And then Vegeta goes full Super Saiyan Blue and he launches at Beerus. And Beerus catches everything and blocks everything that Vegeta tries to do. He tries to punch him in the front, Beerus just casually catches it. He tries to hit Beerus from behind, Beerus casually dodges, and then with both of his feet sends him launching backwards. And as Vegeta's getting launched backwards, he tries to launch a volley at Beerus. And as Beerus is covered in all this smoke from the blast, he tries to zoom in and tries to slam Beerus, but Beerus isn't even there. But Beerus is above Vegeta, who quickly slams down on Vegeta's back and plants him down into the ground.
Everything those Saiyans did in the past, what's any of that got to do with you now? As long as you're trapped by the past, you'll never manage to grow past this point.
And then Vegeta tries to hit Beerus over and over. The dude's getting frustrated. And then Beerus grabs him. And then Beerus grabs him by the arm and puts his hand in front of his chest and just simply says, "Destruction." And then blasts Vegeta full force, destroying his armor, sending him flying high into the air. And both Whis and Goku see Vegeta get launched, and as he lands, there's a big old hole where his armor used to be. Now, mind you, Vegeta is, I want to say fine, but at least he doesn't have a hole in his body. It's just that his entire armor got blasted. And then Goku, Lord Beerus' signature move, huh? I kind of messed up that time I tried copying it. Even when he tweaks it so it only destroys Vegeta's armor, it still has much power. It's not a power that's easily mastered. Then it cuts to Beerus landing right in front of Vegeta.
My mind's always on destruction and nothing else. That's why there's no limit to my power. Listen, if you really want this power, you're gonna have to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate yourself from scratch. Before creation comes destruction. Get it?
And Beerus is about to teach Vegeta how to go beyond himself. Now, mind you, Vegeta has already reached a new level of power thanks to the training from the Yardratians during the whole Moro arc. The dude is already strong and gotten even stronger thanks to that training. Now, Beerus is about to teach him the ways of the gods of destruction. That's going to be interesting. But then we cut back to the Heater's base with Mackie.
Bingo! Check it out, Elect! This hunk of junk must have visited Zuno at one point.
Oh, so this is when Saganbo's gang went to see Zuno. And this was well before before they even wound up in the galactic prison.
This hunk of junk must have visited Zuno at one point.
Jot down the coordinates, Oil. Got it.
So the Galactic Patrol was waiting to ambush Saganbo and his gang of idiots, huh?
And then it cuts to them seeing Maris. Right, the Galactic Patrol's got jurisdiction over that whole sector. Makes sense we were never able to find Zuno.
Anyway, let's go grill Zuno for intel that'll lead us to a payday for us.
Hold on. And then he looks at the Galactic Prison and everyone as they were freed during the events of Moro's escape. And then it cuts to Oil. The convicts in the Galactic Prison were all freed at once. How'd that happen? And then according to one of their goons,
according to OG-73-I's data, Moro used the power of something called Dragon Balls to release the prisoners.
Dragon Balls? What are those?
Wishing balls created by the Namekians. They can grant any wish.
And then it cuts to Mackie.
Any wish at all?
Yes. Moro also used them to regain his magic powers. I see. It's all adding up now. This could explain some of the strange stuff that's been going on in the universe. Decent chance it was those Dragon Balls that revived Frieza too. And then Oil. So these balls are just out there somewhere? This guy delivered us some intel way more valuable than Zuno's location. And then it cuts to Mackie, who says,
Namekians, huh? Why does that sound so familiar? I've heard about him somewhere.
And then it cuts to Gas.
The Namekians were a tribe that used to live on planet Cereal. Right! Those green dudes who shared the planet with the Cerealians.
But wouldn't that mean they're extinct now too? Not quite, I just remembered. And I'm going through all of these members of the Heaters. There was a lone survivor, an old fort named Mona Ito.
Mona Ito?
Mona Ito. There was some lone survivor, an old fort named Mona Ito.
Mona Ito?
God of Destruction Vegeta has an amazing ring to it. It really does, Psycho. Only time will tell if it gets to that point.
Mona Ito? And it just so happens that he lives with our pal Granolah.
And then it cuts to Planet Cereal, and it cuts to what looks to be like an old Namekian sitting in a chair watching TV. And then it cuts to Granolah. I got some water for you. And this person stands up, and it's an old Namekian dude.
You're always so kind to me, Granolah. How's work going?
Profitable, if nothing else.
That's so. Good to hear it.
And your friend at the shop says hi. Even gave us an extra bottle.
Huh? I haven't dropped by in a good while. Those Shugarians sure do treat us kindly.
They probably feel a little bad about moving to our planet when we were here first.
Well, they shouldn't. I've got some complaints about our life here. I've got no complaints about our life here.
Yeah, I guess not.
Are you heading out again right away? Got more jobs lined up?
No, I've got some time off. Frieza's somehow come back to life.
Frieza, you say? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, that's why everyone's lying low for now, which means no jobs for me.
Well, ain't that the way? So the Heaters haven't put a bounty on Frieza's head yet?
I don't think so. Even the Heaters aren't exactly eager to mess with Frieza's army.
I see.
But whether there's money in it or not, I'll be the one to take down Frieza and his goons.
Don't even try it. You don't know. You know you don't have the power to go up against Frieza.
Power. In that case, I might have to resort to that. And they both look at something on the shelf, and it's a Dragon Ball.
No, the Dragon Balls aren't for taking revenge.
Yeah, I know. Moot point anyway, since I need the second one to make a wish.
Darn right. It's been lost for 40 years, likely never to be seen again.
I'd have to search this entire planet for a tiny ball just like this. And the thing is, it's a Dragon Ball, but it's smaller than the ones we are so used to. Like, the ones we are used to are, like, big, about the size of, I wouldn't say a basketball. I would say, like, your average workout stress ball or whatever. Your workout water ball, weight ball, I think it's called. It's around that size. Oh, no, it's about the size of a cantaloupe. The one that we know is about the size of a cantaloupe, but the one that Granola's holding is pretty much about the size of a peach. It's smaller than the other Dragon Balls that we know. I'd have to search this entire planet for a tiny ball just like this one.
Listen, Granolah. The Dragon Balls began as a part of a ritual to celebrate brave Namekian warriors. They're not meant to fulfill any old selfish wish.
Then it cuts to planet Namek. And it cuts to the elders speaking about the Dragon Balls.
Today, you're going to learn more about Dragon Balls. Sets of Dragon Balls vary in size and number depending on who created them. On our planet, each village elder holds one of the balls, but originally the wishes were meant as rewards for bold warriors who sought out the Dragon Balls in times of great suffering.
And then it cuts to what might be Eska or another Namekian child as they go,
Do other planets have Dragon Balls too?
It's certainly possible on planets where our kind reside.
So as long as there's Namekians, there will be Dragon Balls.
Like Earth.
You mean Dende's Dragon Balls?
Right.
Do our people live on other planets?
Most likely, though we can't possibly know of all of them. You see, we Namekians moved to this universe from another realm altogether, and I've heard that some settled in places far from planet Namek.
What happened to those other Namekians?
I wouldn't know. They may yet live. Or perhaps they were wiped out ages ago.
Then it cuts back to Granola's place.
A couple dozen Namekians used to live here on planet Cereal, but now it's just me. When I pass, that's it. The end. The Dragon Balls go with me.
But what if I find the other ball and wish for our planet to be restored to the way it was 50 years ago?
What would become of the well-meaning Shugarians who settled here? Would you kick them off their newfound home?
Then Frieza and his army have to be eliminated.
Like I said, revenge isn't the way. That only gives rise to new enemies. And then what?
Fine, you're right.
Give up on the Dragon Balls and enjoy the lot we've been handed in life. I'd better get some sleep.
You should turn in early too. And then it cuts to Granolah as he goes, yeah. And then old man Monaito just sighs, and then it cuts to later that night while Granolah is just sitting in a chair watching TV, holding the single star small Dragon Ball in his hands. And people are singing on TV, Sugar toast love, sugar toast love, sugar toast, cinnamon toast crunch. I'm thinking of actual cereal now. Tasty breakfast. You're listening to Sugar Toast Love, and now the news. A local boy was hunting for bugs in the mountains when he discovered a strange ball in a crevice, and this gets Granolah's attention. It's an orange crystal of some sort with 2 star-shaped markings inside. Oh, this kid discovered the second Dragon Ball. And then Granolah is just holding up the single star Dragon Ball in his hands, and he's looking, and he's putting it right next to the 2-star Dragon Ball that's on TV. Specialists at the Institute say it's possible that the ball did not originate on planet Cereal and are currently conducting research. Then it cuts to the Ceruleans, who are in their city, while Granolah is basically just sneaking through the city, and he comes up to the building that has a 2-star in there. And then, as the researchers are leaving, Cerulean sees his chance. He breaks into the window. Now, mind you, there's a sound effect going on as there's a crash, and then the sound alarm going off. And then it has people going, Intruder alert! Intruder alert! And it cuts to Granolah as he's running through the city with the 2-star Dragon Ball in hand. Wow, he actually did it. He didn't listen to Monaito. Yo, Monaito just warned him. He just warned him. And it cuts to the city trying their best to find out what happened, but Granolah's already on the mountain now. Hey, Granolah, are you going to ignore...
Hey, Granolah, are you going to ignore the old man's warnings?
It'll be fine, Oatmeal. I've got a plan. And then it shows him taking out the 1st and 2nd star Dragon Balls. There we go. Monaito once told us the spell to summon the dragon, right? Remind me how it goes.
Yes, of course.
And then after a certain amount of time, he tells us Granolah. Summoning time. Taka rapto toto ranbo. Puririto paro. Pupurito paro. And then he summons the dragon. With just 2 Dragon Balls. Not like a full 7, but just 2. And then a long serpentine-like dragon pops out with like pieces around this dragon that makes it look a little bit like a dragon axolotl, just a little bit. You're the wish-granting dragon. You who have collected 2 Dragon Balls, state your wish. If it is within my power, your single wish is my command.
Any wish. You need not state your wishes in its language.
I want to be the strongest. Turn me into the greatest warrior in the universe. And then the dragon just stands there. The dragon just sits there. And that's the end of chapter 69. Oh, this boy is trying to take the easy way out. See, a wish like this would upset both Vegeta and Goku. Simply wishing to be the strongest without actually training. That's something that would actually upset Goku and Vegeta, because if he were to fight Goku and Vegeta, just think about it, and they would find out, like, how did you get this strong? I wish for myself to be this strong. What? You wished yourself to be strong? That's not how you do it. So you got all your power from a wish and no training whatsoever. I can just imagine a conversation between a person who just wishes themselves to have power, talking to a person who earned power. I don't think this is what you want, man. But that's 69. Onwards to chapter 70, the universe's greatest warrior. So, the greatest warrior in the... He doesn't say so. The greatest warrior in the universe. So you wish to become the most powerful life form apart from the gods themselves. Yes, can you do it? Can you make me the greatest warrior in the universe? It is possible to make you stronger than you already are, but I cannot increase your power beyond your latent potential. Does that mean I can't? Correct. That is beyond your reach.
Darn it. There's no point. Then there's no point.
However, it is possible for you to become the strongest if you agree to a certain condition. But that decision is up to you.
If it'll make me stronger than anyone else, then I will do whatever it takes. Then it cuts to Beerus's planet. So it's not that simple. And then it cuts to Vegeta. Then it cuts to Vegeta just holding a rock in his hand. And I'm focusing while Beerus is, chilling out reading a book. And then Vegeta's just focusing more and more until the rock that's in his hand just it evaporates and just explodes. This kind of reminds me of how Jiraiya was training Naruto to how to use the Rasengan by focusing his chakra within inside of a rubber ball to make it explode. Kind of reminds me of that. Focusing his power to destroy an object that's in his hand using chakra. This is what Vegeta's doing, focusing his ki into his hand to destroy this rock. Kind of reminds me of that. And the rock turns to dust in his hands, and Beerus, all you did was break it with a regular ki blast. When we gods use our destruction move, the target is completely erased from existence. We turn something into nothing, and when matter is destroyed, it releases heaps of energy. And then, holding a small rock in his hands, he basically destroys it, but the energy output from this explosion blows back even Vegeta a little bit. And Whis and Goku are just steadily training in the distance. Lord Beerus is destroying stuff again, huh? Such force! The explosion's the real highlight of using destruction. It never gets old. And then Beerus realizes that he pretty much singed his book that he was reading. Well, crud. I burned up this month's issue of God Comics. Is Lord Beerus really training Vegeta? Is that a problem? Goku to Whis. Nah, Vegeta's his own man. I'm here to polish Ultra Instinct. Let's see which one of us can be the strongest in the universe. I see. Keep in mind that the strongest may in fact turn out to be someone else entirely. Huh? Do you know someone stronger than us, Whis? No, not specifically. But given the size of the universe, who can say when the next powerful entity will appear? Isn't that right, Oracle Fish? Huh? Oh, sure. The strongest warrior in the universe will soon rise up. See? That would be me. As Vegeta gets right in front of the Oracle Fish. I know I keep calling it a prophecy fish, but it's the Oracle Fish. Vegeta? And then Vegeta, holding a very small pebble in front onto the tip of his finger, he holds it in front of the Oracle Fish. And then he makes it explode, just like Beerus did, and it causes an explosion that launches back the Oracle Fish. But then Whis catches the Oracle Fish, and Whis is actually surprised that Vegeta actually managed to pull off the first stage of destruction. Yo. Vegeta's about to learn how to be a destroyer. He's about to learn how to be a destroyer. You did it! Good for you, Vegeta. Watch out. I'll soon be destroying much larger things. Then it cuts to Planet Cereal as their Dragon Balls shoot up into the air and they, separate and go to completely different locations. And then Granolah is standing there. And his hair looks different. Like his hair has gotten even longer than before. Yeah, his hair used to be like a certain way, but now it's gotten even longer. And he looks over at a boulder, and he telekinetically lifts it into the air. I might as well just stop being surprised by all the people who keep using telekinesis in this series. Like, everyone gets it! How come telekinesis gets passed around like candy? It's serious. But he holds the boulder up in the air, and then he just grips his fists, and then a massive explosion happens at the top of the mountain, so powerful that you could see the trees all throughout the resounding miles just, rustling from the force of everything. And then the person who speaks to Granolah on his intercom, that boulder exploded! What technique was that? And then, as the whole place is rumbling, Manoito wakes up.
What the? That was quite the shockwave. Granolah!
And then he goes into the living room and sees that the Dragon Ball is gone.
The Dragon Ball! It's gone! Don't tell me!
And then Monaito, you know, as quick as an old man with a cane can move outside of his home, goes outside. He sees Granolah floating in the air.
Granolah! What have you done?
And then Granolah looks at him.
Did you really use the Dragon Balls?
And Granolah, yes, the strength I've gained is unrivaled in the universe.
What? In the whole universe?
I can now bring down Frieza.
There has to be a condition. Don't tell me you accepted it. Of all...
I did.
Don't tell me you accepted it.
I did.
Of all the foolish things you could have done, listen well, Granolah. There's no better way to make new enemies pop out of the woodwork than brandishing that sort of power.
Don't be foolish, Monaito. As the greatest warrior in the universe, I can defeat any threat that comes my way.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. He has power. Now he's getting cocky. Dude, Granolah,
Take a moment, take a breath, sit down, play through God of War, the 2018 version, listen to Atreus when he finds out that he becomes a god, and then watch his behavior. If you notice that your behavior is starting to be like that, you might want to pivot. You might want to just pivot. You might want to change your course of action just a little bit, but it's... Dude. Great. Here's the thing. This is the cockiness you see from people that just instantaneously gain power instead of earning the power. They think they can be untouched. They think they are unrivaled. They think they have no equal. They're unmatched, that no one can stand up to them. They suddenly think that they're invincible. And we've seen what happens to these types of individuals. They get their behinds handed to them. But Granolah is falling for the age-old trope of people gaining instantaneous power and thinking that no one can rival them ever. Don't be ridiculous, Monaito. As the greatest warrior in the universe, I can defeat any threat that comes my way.
Don't let that power go to your head, boy. You may be the strongest today, but you don't know who or what tomorrow will bring.
And then Granolah flies higher into the air.
What now? What's going on?
I'm not detecting Frieza's presence on any nearby planets.
What was that? That's a power you have now?
I'll have to ask the Elect for Frieza's location. And since... Oh no. This boy is gonna fly straight over to the heaters and demand... Okay, I think I can tell what's about to happen. Your boy Granolah is about to fly over to the heaters. Because remember, he got, kind of upended by gas the first time we saw him go to meet the heaters. So I would stand to believe that he wants to flex a little with his power and get revenge on gas, but also demand information about where Frieza currently is right now. But he flies over to the direction where the heaters are.
Wait, Granolah!
And then it cuts to Monaito trying to, very pointlessly try to chase after him, but he trips on a rock and falls down.
What have I done? I've upended his life again!
And then it cuts to Granolah as he gets in his ship, and he starts to fly off towards where the heaters is. And Whis is watching him, while Goku and Vegeta are talking to the Oracle Fish. The universe's greatest warrior has got to be me, right, Oracle Fish?
It's obviously me. Answer us, fish.
I'm not gonna tell you violent brutes a darn thing, blah.
And he sticks his tongue out at both of them. Emil Snowclips, hello, welcome. We are currently going through chapter 70 of Dragon Ball Super's 16th volume. This is the last physical volume I have in my house. Then I'm just going to cut to reading through all the chapters on Viz for the next 4 days after that. And then I'll be completely caught up with Dragon Ball Super. So I hope you enjoy yourself while you're here.
I'm not gonna tell you violent brutes a darn thing, blah.
And then he sticks his tongue out at both Vegeta and Goku.
Ah, don't be so stingy. You know the truth, don't you?
Huh, maybe.
See ya! Hey, get back here! And then Whis is just constantly watching over Granolah. And he sees that Granola's inside of his ship, and Granolah cuts his hair so that it's short. And then Whis, I see, so that's what happened. This may cause some turmoil. And then it cuts to 2 days later. Heater's base. Sir, you can't go in there right now. And then Granolah just barges into the heaters while they're having a party. Granolah? We're in the middle of a show. What do you want? Tell me where Frieza is. That again? Why'd I think it could possibly be anything else? And then he waves off the musicians and the dancers and goes, like I said, you ain't strong enough to handle Frieza. You're wrong. I am. I am now the strongest warrior in the universe. See? This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. The moment people gain instantaneous power without understanding the hoops and hurdles you have to go through to earn that power, they get undeniably cocky to the point where I'm the strongest, so I can handle this. It's like the only example of an arrogant individual who can back up his arrogance is, well, one big recent example would be Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. The man is astronomically powerful. He has the power to back up his own arrogance. We don't know the level of strength that Granolah is at right now. So this man should not be calling himself the strongest in the universe if he hasn't even fought Goku and Vegeta. Let alone like Whis or Beerus or anyone else. When you get cocky and think you're the strongest, but you've never fought anybody, that's that kind of cockiness you don't need. And it's even worse when you get all that power from a wish being made. Okay. Tell me where Frieza is. I gotta read through this whole exchange again. Tell me where Frieza is. That again? Well, I think it could possibly be anything else. Like I said, you ain't strong enough to handle Frieza. You're wrong, I am. I am now the strongest warrior in the universe. Then Maki.
In the whole universe, huh? Did you have a nice dream or something?
I think I messed up her accent.
Did you have a nice dream? Did you have a nice dream or something?
Looks like his obsession with revenge has finally made him snap, goes Oil. And then it cuts to Elect. Sorry, Granolah, but we've got a packed schedule today. We were just about to sit down for dinner, so go back later and we'll hear all about your silly little dream then. It wasn't a dream. I really am the strongest, so tell me what I want to know. Oil, see our friend out. You got it. Buzz off already, Granolah. Like, no one likes a party pooper. And then Oil, the big hefty dude, walks up to Granolah, and he tries to punch him and going, say goodnight. And he tries to hit Granolah, and Granolah dodges him and simply taps Oil in his stomach. He literally just taps Oil with his finger, and then all of a sudden, Oil's body gets forcibly shoved into a wall at the back of the room, just from Granolah simply tapping him with his finger. Shocking everyone. Maki, Elect, and Oil is just on the ground, just hurting.
Huh? How'd he do that?
As I said, I've gotten stronger. Clearly, you're not full of just hot air. You're not just full of hot air.
You good, Oil?
Get up, Oil, and fight him. And he's like, do you not see this man just tapped me in my stomach and sent me flying across the room? Did you not see that? What part of that makes you think I'm going to be able to fight him? I tried to punch him and he dodged me. He tapped me with his finger and I went flying. What part of that is not registering with you, Elect? Can you tell me? It's not registering with him. If I fight him, I'm going to get hurt. And I don't like being hurt. I'm sorry. But Elect goes, get up, Oil, and fight him. Yeah. I'd be happy to see what you're made of, Granolah. And then Granolah just looks, and he just cracks his neck as Elect goes, fight! And then Oil launches at Granolah, and Granolah just easily dodges him and kicks Oil square in the head. He dodges another hit from Oil, and then backflips, and he keeps jumping away from where Oil keeps wanting to hit. And then Mackie,
What the heck? How's he dodging every blow?
and then Oil gets close to hitting him, and then he keeps trying to hit. He keeps trying to hit Granolah, but Granolah keeps dodging, and Granolah shoots where Oil is, and Oil dodges out of the way. But while he's still in the air, he jumps down on the ground, and it turns out that this was a ploy by Granolah, because the area where Oil lands in has already had its foundations cracked in numerous places, causing the entire floor where he's standing to cave in and cause Oil to fall through.
Sheesh! Oil's getting his butt handed to him.
And then it cuts to Granolah. Enough of this, Elect. You're not my enemy.
Don't count us out just yet, Granolah.
You done, Oil?
Mackie's gonna tag in.
And then Oil shoots up, holding that same piece of floor that he fell on, holding it above his head as if he's prepared to throw it at Granolah.
A pest like you's got nothing on me.
And then
A pest like you's got nothing on me.
And then he throws the entire floor at Granolah. And Granolah just disintegrates the floor before it even gets to him. As if he used the same thing like Beers and just huckeyed the entire floor in front of him. Shocking Oil. And then it cuts to Mackie.
Is that magic you're tossing around? I'll rip you apart and see what you're made of.
As Mackie starts charging up power in her hands, like key gloves, sharp key claws, and launches at Granolah and tries to hit him multiple times. And he flips out of the way, and then all of a sudden, Mackie's hands are bound together, with Granolah having used his scarf to wrap around her hands, proceeds to yank her forward and slam her over him onto the ground. And then he prepares to slam her again, but Gas, watching all of this, comes in and slices Granolah's scarf. So, is it Mackie and Gas versus Granolah? No, it's Gas's turn. Remember, Gas was the one who manhandled Granolah when he really demanded to try and demand some answers from Elect earlier, and he's the one that put him in the armbar. Now it's a rematch between Gas and Granolah. And then Mackie saying,
Thanks, Gas. Stay on your toes. He's the real deal.
And then it cuts to Elect going, No need to join this fight, Gas. Stand down. That's enough. We've got a good glimpse of his power. Granolah, I know you've been getting stronger as of late, but anyone can see there's something strange about your big power-up. What happened to you? Not for you to know. Then why should we tell you where Frieza is? If you screw up this quest for revenge, we'll be the ones with targets on our backs. We're gonna need some assurance that you're more than just a match for Frieza. Fine. I use the Dragon Balls.
The what?
And then Oil is surprised, and Gas has the same exact expression that we've seen him in.
Thought so. So Planet Cereal has its own Dragon Balls then?
It does.
Right, and that's how you became the strongest in the universe. Strongest in the universe.
Exactly. And that's how you became the strongest in the universe. I'm trying to say, how do I say universe with an Australian accent? Strongest in the universe. Strongest in the universe? With all these sweets involved, someone is bound to pass gas. Oh, Snow. And that's how you became the strongest in the universe. I'm trying to do this right. I feel like I'm losing the accent whenever I say this sentence. Right, and that's how you became the strongest in the universe. Okay, that'll have to pass for now.
Exactly. No, that's just playing dirty. That's just playing dirty.
Good, that's all I needed to hear.
But keep your shirt on. We don't know exactly where Frieza is. Finding that out is going to take some time. Go home, cool your head, and we'll be in touch.
Fine, but make it quick. I don't have much time to spare.
Is that so? Want to elaborate?
I don't have very long to live.
That's the condition. Oh my goodness, that's the condition. What do you mean? You're only what, 50? Aren't Ceruleans supposed to live for like 2 centuries?
I sacrificed my 150 remaining years in exchange for this power.
Wow. He pretty much gave up his entire life. The dude is about 50 right now. And ceruleans can live up to 200 years. About 200 years. This man gave up 150 of his years just to be the strongest warrior in the universe to take down Frieza. I don't think making a wish with this one particular dragon from these 2 Dragon Balls is worth it. I don't think it's worth it. If those are like the terms and conditions of getting something along that amount of power, I don't think it's worth it. I sacrificed my 150 remaining years in exchange for this power.
What?
I am able to multiply your current strength by condensing any and all power you could have accumulated in your lifetime.
What does that mean?
By shortening your lifespan, you can become the greatest in the universe.
How many years would I have left if I agree to this?
3.
He only has 3 years to live. Because the wish is already in effect. There's no way he can get out of it. But he only has 3 years to live. So in that time, he has to bring down Frieza, or at least attempt to.
You sacrificed your life just to beat Frieza? That's insane!
I'll be waiting, Elect.
So now the whole Heater crew knows what Granola's trying to do now. So maybe they won't be so what is the word? Maybe they won't have as much animosity towards him from him fighting. But it cuts to Granolah leaving, and then it cuts to the Heater gang, well, the Heater family, eating at the dinner table.
What are we gonna do, Elect? You gonna tell him what Frieza's at?
If he ices Frieza's for us, we can do our jobs without having to kiss that jerk's butt. Not a bad deal, right?
What if he gets revived? That's a good thing. That's an interesting thought. But who's to say he'll just get revived with that same remaining amount of years still left on him? You gotta be specific when it comes to Dragon Ball wishes. What's to say that he doesn't just get revived with those same remaining 3 years left due to the wish that he had granted for himself? What's to say? We don't know.
If he ices Frieza's for us, we can do our jobs without having to kiss that jerk's butt. Not a bad deal, right?
Idiot. If Granolah takes Frieza out, he'll just take his place as the next big boss, and that throne belongs to us, the Heaters.
Oh, right. Duh.
He's probably out to destroy Frieza's army, too. That would be bad news for us.
Yeah, since our end goal is to take control of that army,
says Gas silently.
Exactly, Gas. We'll have more business opportunities than ever with Frieza's notorious forces under our thumb. Speaking of, scheming with Frieza's guys to attack Planet Cereal led to a real nice payday for us.
Wow. The Heaters had a part to play in the attack on Planet Cereal. The Heaters had a hand in Planet Cereal's entire devastation, where only Granola's the one who's left. Oh, the Heater gang is not going to last all that long.
Speaking of scheming with Frieza's guys to attack Planet Cereal led to a real nice payday for us.
Those ignorant Sugarians handed over a small fortune for that planet. Bunch of dumb chumps.
Don't forget that Frieza's still our business partner, so we can't have him getting bumped off just yet.
He's working. They work with Frieza. If not for Frieza. They work with Frieza. They work directly with Frieza. They work directly with Frieza! Okay.
Don't forget that Frieza's still our business partner, so we can't have him getting bumped off just yet. And what's our next move, Elect?
Granolah's gonna have to die.
How are we supposed to do that now that he's the strongest in the universe?
I've got an idea. And then he just chugs his wine all the way down and he goes,
we'll use the Saiyans.
Oh.
Those guys?
You mean the 2 who took down Moro?
Right, based on 73's data, those Saiyans are really strong.
We'll pit them against each other, 2-on-1. Oh, I get it. Granola's got a grudge against the Saiyans too, so he'll be itching to fight some warriors from that tribe.
Bingo! Universe's strongest or not if he's up against that pair.
It's game over for him. And then it cuts to Granolah, flying off into the distance. And then it has narration, as it shows Granolah, Goku, and Vegeta. At last, fate will bring these three together. Granolah flying in space, Goku training with Whis, and Vegeta training with Beerus. Ooh! And that's the end of chapter 70, onwards to chapter 71. The Heater's Plan. And it cuts to Whis. I'm having so much fun reading through this. Oh, I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued by this. Getting late here. All right, Ravi, don't let me keep you up by my reading. You go ahead and get some rest in. This will be here for when you come back. Chapter 71, The Heater's Plan, and it cuts to Whis. Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself, things are just really, really heating up for this story. I've been having so much fun reading through this. Tell me, what is the definitive difference between us angels and you, Goku? I don't have a halo thingy? And then Whis just stares at him. And then Whis' staff comes in, and it comes twirling in, and Whis just tilts his head to the side, but the staff winds up hitting Goku directly in the face, knocking him to the ground. And it hit him hard, because this dude's got a mark on his head now. Ow! It's that we are always in the Ultra Instinct state, while you, on the other hand... Yeah, I know, I gotta transform first to use Ultra Instinct. My body just doesn't just dodge its stuff on its own, right? Not exactly. It's that you're equating Ultra Instinct to a transformation. What? Wait, what? Not exactly. It's that you're equating Ultra Instinct to a transformation. Huh? When your heart is calm, your body should move on its own no matter what form you're in. And then Whis picks up his staff, and he starts spinning it. And he starts spinning it all around himself, just flourishing it. And he just starts being all super fanciful, spinning the staff around his body over and over and over again like a complete professional. And then he kicks it high into the air, and then he just puts his hand out slightly, and the staff just falls directly into his hand. So you're saying I gotta figure out how to use Ultra Instinct in my normal form? Yes, doing that will free you of the stamina drain that is creating a time limit. Gotcha! It does tend to cause a lot of trouble for me, yeah. As for the full transformation that accompanies Ultra Instinct, let's set that aside as a last resort for when a battle demands that you surpass your limits. This is probably gonna take a while. About that, time may not be on your side. Time may not be on your side. Huh? Why's that? This concerns you too, Vegeta, as it shows Vegeta holding up a boulder and he's just holding it up with one finger. I'm like, bruh, calm down. We know you strong. What is it? While training, your rivals should be yourselves from the previous day. Work hard to grow stronger than your past selves. And then Goku goes, yeah, that's the plan, to get stronger every day. We train daily, so naturally we grow stronger. Is this meant to be a nugget of wisdom? I say this just in case. Not too long ago, something odd happened in this universe. Oh? Does it have anything to do with us? Hang on! Is a really strong enemy about to show up? An enemy? I'm not so sure. And then Whis just looks up into space. Then it cuts to Granolah as he flies back to planet Cereal. And then he lands. And then the person who speaks to him on his intercom goes,
Are you not going back to the old man's place?
I can't return until Frieza's defeated. I'll wait here for word from Elect.
But will he be okay on his own?
It's fine. And then he looks over in the distance because he lands on the outskirts of where the house is, far enough to where old man Monaito is not able to see him. And he zooms in with his supervision, because you get that. You just suddenly get that when you get powerful. You are able to just zoom in. I still don't understand how that sort of ability works. Like, how can you zoom in with your eyes? I remember reading with one of my former coworkers when I worked at Harris Teeter. and I was talking to her, and we talked a lot about comic book stuff, but just the weird stuff out of it all. And when we looked up Superman's ability to just have telescopic vision, where he can just zoom in, we were just thinking, how can you do that? How can you zoom in with your eyes? How can you zoom in with your eyes? That's just something that is just so foreign to me that I've never been able to comprehend. How can you zoom in with your eyes? Do they extend like SpongeBob, or do they work like a camera lens where they get bigger and stuff? Like, how do you zoom in with your eyes? Like telescopic vision, how does that work? That's something that has always confused me about superpowers. Like, when it comes to eye-related things, how can you turn it on? How can you turn it off? How can you zoom in, zoom out, and focus? How? But he zooms in with his eyes, and he keeps an eye on Monito. I can keep an eye on him from here. I see. Your right eye is even stronger now. And then it cuts to Elect. Oil, Mackie, before jetting off to Earth, pay Zuno a visit to get some intel.
We just gotta ask where the Saiyans are, right?
Yeah, that's important too, but you need to find out a few other things. Yeah, we got the other questions jotted down.
Do you mind if we ask him what shop sells the tastiest macaroons in the universe?
Go nuts. Ask whatever you want as long as you follow the plan.
Sweet!
And then Mackie and Oil just take off, with Gas being left behind with Elect.
How will we get the Saiyans where we want them?
A great question for Zuno. Everyone has a weakness. Whatever theirs is, we probably have the capital to exploit it.
Is all this really necessary just to deal with Granolah?
He's supposedly the mightiest warrior in the universe now, right? So yes, just in case. And then Gas doesn't say anything. What's wrong, Gas?
I wish you had let me fight him as well.
And then Elect puts his hands on his brother's shoulders. I've got no doubts about how strong you are. You might have even won that fight, but I'd hate to think about the worst-case scenario. Your moment to fight has yet to come. Listen, you're the only member of this family who can surpass Frieza himself. Excuse me? Intriguing. I knew there was something to Gas. He's the silent but deadly type, isn't he? Just relax. The wind's blowing our way now. If everything goes as planned, when the dust settles, the supreme force in the universe will be the Haters. Then it cuts to a few weeks later, Lord Zuno's planet.
Why should I have to kiss you?
No questions may be asked without the offering. Come on, Mackie. Elect'll be mad if we don't get answers.
Then you kiss him, Oil!
Lord Zuno will not accept a kiss from the portly man. And then Mackie is reluctant as she walks over and kisses Zuno on the cheek.
Fine. You better come through for us.
And then she kisses him on the cheek, and he kind of blushes. And then she's spitting out, and then she just starts spitting from kissing him. I like feisty women. I shall answer 10 of your questions.
Oh?
You hear that, Mackie? Those tasty macaroons will be ours.
What a load of crap. Gee, give me your X notes, Oil. Get with the times, creep. Ever heard of harassment?
And then it cuts to Goku training with Whis as he's dodging all of Whis' staff attacks, but he's in his normal form. He's not dodging this in Ultra Instinct. Ooh, your boy is learning how to access the abilities of Ultra Instinct in base. Ooh. Meanwhile, and like I said, Goku's training with Whis and dodging everything that Whis has to offer. And then it gets to a point where the staff gets dangerously close to Goku's face, but he stops the staff with his finger, all while having his eyes closed. And then he casually moves it away and then moves it to the side, and then it goes sailing off in the distance. And then it goes behind him and twirls behind him. And then he dodges it and lands on top of the staff. And then Goku is standing on top of Whis' staff, casually, still having his eyes closed, as Whis is smiling. And then Goku gives him the thumbs up. Goku and Vegeta's training continues, as it cuts to Vegeta, who is at the side of a waterfall. And there's a log that comes down the waterfall, and Vegeta launches at it, and he destroys it. And then it cuts to another log behind him, and he destroys it as well. Basically doing the same thing that Beerus does with Hakai. He's doing this for all these logs, and the explosions are getting larger and larger and larger. And then more logs go down the waterfall, and he sees them. And it cuts to the top of the waterfall, as it's Beerus who's chopping down trees and throwing these pieces of tree trunks onto the waterfall and destroying all of them. And he sees that Vegeta is taking down all of these while he's drinking a soda, so he sends a ginormous tree trunk, so big that it actually plugs up the waterfall, going towards Vegeta. Vegeta sees it, and then it looks like it's about to hit Vegeta, and then he tries to destroy it, and a big portion of Beerus's planet just goes up in an explosion, and Vegeta basically carved out an entire hole where this stream was, where the waterfall was, and he destroyed not only the log, but the resounding area behind the log as well, leaving a big gaping hole in its wake. Which gets a bonk on the head from Beerus, being all like, you just destroyed this entire stream, you should have just destroyed the log. And then it cuts to, and so time passed. Having asked Zuno for Goku and Vegeta's weaknesses, Oil and Maki finally arrived on Earth. And then it cuts to Chi-Chi. They literally just flew to Goku's house first.
Who are you folks exactly? Pals of my Goku? We've never actually met your husband, but we have a request for him. Well, I'll have you know that he hasn't been home for months. Might we ask you to summon him here for us? We've heard that Goku isn't one to defy your commands. I was hoping he'd show his face around here again soon. The cash we got from Hercule's running dry, so my Goku's got to find some work soon. Money troubles, is it? We got the perfect job for your husband.
As Maki just gives her like a weird glare as she's talking to Chi-Chi. Beerus's planet! As someone calls to Whis. Oh, Bulma's calling, and then it's Bulma.
Are Vegeta and Goku there? We've got some guests asking for them.
Guests? Who are they?
A pair of aliens by the look of them. Apparently there's some villain they want you to beat.
A villain? And it's Maki, who's just shaking her head like, that's what we want you to do.
Capsule Corps.
Listen up, Goku. They're gonna pay you to beat this guy. Training's one thing, but it doesn't put a roof over our heads. You need to bring home the bacon now and then.
Yikes. You're there too, Chi-Chi? Sure thing, I'm on my way home. See, Goku loves fighting. He will beat anyone that comes across his way. But one person he will not defy even more than Beerus and Whis is Chi-Chi. He will not defy his wife. He'll try to weasel his way out of situations so he can train behind his wife's back. But when it comes to his wife telling him to do something, yeah, I wouldn't say he whip. He's just a very obedient husband when it comes to following Chi-Chi's orders. 90% of the time. Yikes! You're there too, Chi-Chi? Sure thing, I'm on my way home.
Tell us more about this new enemy.
They say he just popped up and he's the strongest in the universe. Hard to believe that title wouldn't go to one of you two, though.
And this catches both Vegeta and Goku's attention. Oh, the strongest in the universe? You think this guy is the one the Oracle Fish was talking about? That may be the case, says Whis.
Well, shall I send them away?
And then Maki's all in back like,
No, I intend to fight. None may claim the title of the universe's strongest without my say. No need for you to come.
No way, I'm going too. Strongest in the universe? That gets me hyped up.
They'll do it. It'll be half an hour until they get back. Do you mind waiting around? Of course not, thank you. This will save the lives of so many poor helpless people.
And then Oil's in the back like,
you're really laying it on thick there, aren't you, Maki?
He doesn't say that, but he just has that face.
I'm beside myself with relief. Maybe use your restroom? It's down the hall and to the right.
And then Oil and Maki just walk off.
That went great, Maki.
Am I the only actor in this family? You pitch in too. Anyway, next up is...
And then it cuts to Whis with Vegeta as he goes, "An express ride to Earth, is it?"
Yes, please.
And then Goku, "Woohoo! It's been way too long since a real battle. And after all this training, there's no way I'll lose to anyone. You'll all see how my training's paid off." And then Beerus is in the back. No, you don't. Get out of here, you filthy bot. You have no place here. Nice try. There will be no bots in my chat. Then after all this training, there's no way I'll lose to anyone. You'll all see how my training paid off. And then Beerus is just in the background just stewing, going, "Tch." And then he stands up and talks to Vegeta. "Hey, Vegeta, take this." And then he throws something to Vegeta. "Stick it on your ear. It identifies you as someone who can use destruction." Wow! Beerus just gave Vegeta the same earring that all gods of destructions have. Now get out there and prove that the signature move of the gods of destruction is stronger than angel techniques.
Very well.
And then Whis just smiles. And then Whis draws on Goku's chest, "Then I'll bring back this mark as well." And it's the symbol that Goku and Vegeta had on their uniforms when they were training with Whis initially.
What the heck, Whis? You're throwing down the gauntlet?
"I believe you threw it first, Lord Beerus."
Calm down, Lord Beerus. I have no intention of losing to Kakarot.
And then he puts the earring in his ear.
"You're gonna eat those words," says Goku.
"Your mutually beneficial rivalry is all well and good, but excess confidence may be your doom."
Huh?
Is this guy that nasty? I cannot speak to his nastiness, because he only just appeared. I cannot intervene in affairs of the mortal realm, but I will leave you with that warning. Now, shall we be off? And then all three just take off from Beerus's planet, with Beerus just watching on.
Finally, peace and quiet. Time for some decent sleep.
And then the Oracle Fish is just watching on. Uh-oh, there they go. Not that I care. And then it cuts to Mackie rummaging around in Capsule Core while Oil is looking around.
Yes!
When apparently she was looking for the Dragon Radar.
Yes, here it is! The Dragon Radar.
Zuno's intel hasn't steered us wrong yet.
Huh? Nothing's showing up. Could it be busted? Maybe it says Zuno said.
Oh wait, this is Oil who says, huh?
Nothing's showing up. Could it be busted?
Maybe it says Zuno said about how Earth's Dragon Balls turn to stone for a whole year after someone uses them. I bet that's what happened.
Right, but he also told us that cereal's balls don't turn to stone. Don't turn to stone.
Exactly. So as soon as we find them, they're ours to use.
And then Chi-Chi walks through the hallway, and she sees both Oil and Mackie just rummaging around in Bulma's room.
Hey, you two! Yes, ma'am? How can we pay your service? The pay for this job better not be in that fancy space money of yours. That stuff's useless here on Earth. Would you accept payment in sky gold, then? I believe that has value even on your planet. Gold? That'll do nicely. In that case, we're prepared to pay you your weight in sky gold, ma'am. You mean it? I better start fattening myself up.
And then Chi-Chi just walks off with Mackie and Oil being like,
30 minutes later.
They're here,
says Mackie and Oil as they're just chowing down on food. And they go outside and they speak to Goku and Vegeta.
You must be Goku and Vegeta.
Yep, you're the ones having trouble with some bad guy.
Yes, and we're hoping you two can eliminate our problem.
Well, where is he? Where's the pest claiming to be the strongest in the universe?
On a planet some distance away, but we can bring you there on our ship.
Sounds good, says Goku. And then Chi-Chi,
Don't push yourself, Goku. If things look hairy, you should turn tail.
I'll be fine. It's not like Earth is in danger this time around.
You be careful too, Vegeta.
I know.
Shall we? Well, shall we get going? That dastardly Granolah awaits on planet Cereal.
And then they get on the ship.
The ship's facilities are all yours to enjoy.
Oh, nice! A swimming pool and a spaceship? Nifty!
How long until we reach this planet?
It'll take 18 days.
Yeesh, that's far! What's the food situation like?
Our gourmet chef can cook up anything you like, just name it.
That's great! I think we'd be stuck eating flavorless. I thought we'd be stuck eating flavorless space food again.
If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask.
You certainly have a luxurious ship for a tribe whose planet is being ravaged by some great destroyer.
That's because you two are savers. It's only natural that we prepare a special ship just for you two.
I'm grateful. I can continue training then.
So, about that food, let's start with that. I'm starving, goes Goku. And then it cuts to them just eating tons and tons of food. And then it cuts to Vegeta, who's inside of the pool training, because this is the closest he can get to a gravity room, forcing himself to move through water. I don't think we've ever seen Vegeta resort to pool training when it comes to having resistances. Whew, little did he know Earth still could be in danger if they're working with Frieza. He's like, it's not like the Earth is in danger or anything.
Little did Goku know that angering Frieza could in fact put the world in danger.
Like I said, Goku doesn't really think all that well, but then again, he doesn't know that the heaters are affiliated with Frieza. But it cuts to Goku just chowing down on tons and tons of plates of foods as he goes, another helping, yes sir! And then Vegeta is training underwater as Oil watches the both of them while Maki chimes in everyone. And then it cuts to planet Cereal, and Maki is calling Granolah apparently.
It's Maki. Sorry for the wait, Granolah.
Good, I was running out of patience. Well, do you have it? Frieza's location?
Yup, we finally found him.
Really? Where? I'm ready to ship out.
The thing is, our scouting squad screwed up on this one. They let it slip that you're gunning for Frieza's head.
What?
Word is, 2 of Frieza's assassins are making for Cereal right now.
Oh, pitting one against the other. When you saw the page when Beerus gave Vegeta the earring of the God of Destruction, I nearly walked outside because how exciting, happy of the Vegeta fan you was. Look, Psycho. Vegeta out here learning the tools of the trade of the God of Destruction. Your boy Vegeta is getting some serious power training right now. And I'm like, your boy Vegeta has come so far from being this Saiyan that served Frieza, preparing to destroy Earth with Gallic Gun, going up against Goku the first time, to being a father and a husband, to being a person that wants to protect the Earth, but in his own special way, to now being trained by a literal God of Destruction. This man has progressed ever since we first met him. That's character development over years. It's so good. It's so good to see Vegeta in a much better place than he was before.
Word is, 2 of Frieza's assassins are making for Cereal right now.
Members of Frieza's army are coming for me?
We think so. Sorry about that.
No, this works in my favor, actually. The perfect chance for me to strike back and beat Frieza's location out of them directly.
What a great idea!
And she's off to the side giving the okay to Oil, like, yeah, we're pitting one against the other. This is going to work out just swell. And then Oil is grinning in the background like,
The plan's working flawlessly.
Ah, one more thing you should know.
yes?
Yes.
These 2 goons are apparently members of that extinct tribe, the Saiyans.
What?
Guess there were a few more survivors, huh?
There are Saiyans who are still alive? The tribe that drove the Ceruleans to extinction?
That's what they say anyway, but you got this, buddy. We'll be in touch.
And then she hangs up, and then she just smiles evilly to herself.
Just as planned.
And that last bit got his attention, just like we thought.
And then it shows Granolah opening up his cockpit in his ship, and he flies into the air, looking over the destroyed ruins of the Cerulean people.
Saiyans are coming to my planet once again. It's 50 years overdue, but revenge will finally be mine.
And that is the end of chapter 71. Chapter 72 is the last chapter. Yes, chapter 72 is the last chapter of volume 16, and then I just focus on 4 chapters from Viz per day, and then I can finally catch up to Dragon Ball Super. It's been so long, but we're almost completely caught up. Chapter 72, Saiyans and Cerulean. 18 days later, the group landed on planet Cereal. So this is planet Cereal, huh?
Seems peaceful, though.
The big guy is lurking behind that mountain.
I don't sense any massive key signatures.
Maybe he's suppressing his power. We do that.
Getting any closer could be risky, so we'll hang back here. I do hope you understand.
Sure, we'll handle it. And then Goku and Vegeta fly off.
Good luck, you two!
And as they're flying off, they both assume their, casual evil grin and go like,
Perfect. Go spy on their battle oil.
Got it. I'll give you the play-by-play. Are you gonna wait here, Mackie?
Yeah, 'cause I just got word that they're about to arrive. Electing guests.
And then, so they're flying towards planet Cereal as well to watch this fight happen, in the hopes that when when all 3 Saiyans take each other out, when both Goku and Vegeta and Granolah take each other out, they can move in and, actually, I guess they're hoping that he takes out Goku and Vegeta, and then they hope they take everybody out, because they're working with Frieza. They want them to kill Granolah. Sorry, I'm getting lost in my own thoughts. Let me just say that right now. There's so much going on that I'm trying to piece together, and I'm trying to vocally express it, and it's just jumbling up my brain. Let's focus on Elect and Gas flying to planet Cereal.
I haven't been back here for 40 years. My memories of this planet are not particularly good ones.
It's fine, Gas. You've changed a lot since then. It won't be like last time.
Right, of course.
And then it shows Goku and Vegeta flying towards where Granolah potentially is. Do you think this is where the big villain went on a rampage?
I doubt it. These ruins appear to be quite old. Meanwhile, the new cities don't appear to have been attacked at all.
And as they're flying past the mountain, it shows it gets closer and closer to a mountain, and then there's a glint, and then Goku narrowly not dodges a shot as they get fired upon.
Huh? What the? Is it him?
These blasts are deadly accurate. I can barely dodge them.
Trace them back to their origin. That's where we'll find him.
And then it shows Vegeta going Super Saiyan. And then the shots stop.
It stopped. Expect more.
And then Goku closes his eyes Goku closes his eyes so he can access Ultra Instinct and dodge the shots again. As we see another glint from the trees, Vegeta going, there! And they start flying towards the shots, dodging all the shots, while Goku just casually dodges with Ultra Instinct. Vegeta keeps going and dodging those shots as well, and they keep zooming into the spot where the shots are coming from, but no one's there. There's no one here. What gives?
Those shots were definitely coming from this spot.
And then a glint appears right behind Vegeta, and they both narrowly dodge out of the way as the shots are now coming from the sky. Now they're coming from above, and they keep dodging all of these shots as they run across the ground, and they try to run towards where the shots are. As they try to fly towards where the shots are. And then, as they fly into the air, they notice that the shots start coming to them from the ground again. And they keep switching locations every time they try to fly towards where the shots are. Granolah apparently changes his location and starts firing from them behind them from the ground.
Again from the ground? You're saying he's moving faster than we can keep up with?
But that's not... And then all of a sudden, Goku feels something as he's been shot in the back of the neck. And then Goku falls to the ground almost unconscious.
Kakarot! Hey!
And he flies down to Goku and he checks on him.
He was able to strike a vital point with such accuracy from that far away. Darn it. I'd hate to use any of our sensu beans before we've even seen our enemy, but eat up, you. We only brought 2 sensu beans with us. Sorry, Vegeta. Get up. The attacks could resume at any second. You rely on Ultra Instinct too much. If we haven't perfected it yet, then dodge using your mind. If you haven't perfected it yet, then dodge using your mind.
Yeah, you're right. And then it cuts to Goku going to either... Yeah, it cuts to Goku going to Super Saiyan as they both power up. There! And he shoots in the direction of where Granolah is, and then Granolah just disappears from the path of the shot, and he's behind both Goku and Vegeta. And he's just standing there.
Instant transmission? No, it's even faster than that.
I have no name for the technique. It's just a small fraction of the power that elevated me to the strongest in the universe.
Huh? So you're the one running his mouth about being the strongest?
I am Granolah, the last of the Ceruleans.
Ceruleans?
Ever heard of them, Vegeta?
No, I can't say I have.
You may not know us, but I know your kind all too well, Saiyans. And then they both look at utter shock at the face of Granolah.
So there really were some survivors. You hold some grudge against us Saiyans?
What should I tell you? Either way, your tribe is fated to meet its end here. And then he goes up, and then he starts floating in the air, and then he just twitches his fingers, and the ground underneath Goku and Vegeta just erupts. The entire mountain range erupts, and Oil's just watching on as he sees this massive destruction left behind by Granolah.
Dang, Granolah did all that?
That was a close one. Did you see that move, Vegeta?
It was similar to destruction.
Does that mean he can use our techniques?
Ridiculous!
As Granolah is standing in the epicenter of this crater.
Escaping into the air, you're stronger than I expected.
What now? Should we attack him together?
Don't be absurd, I'm in no mood for teamwork. I came here to prove my superiority over you.
Okay.
You may fight him first.
Huh? You sure?
He already hit you once, so you need to get payback for that.
I guess, yeah, but...
What are you doing? Get down here, unless you'd rather be shot down again.
Okay, I'll take the lead on this one.
Go on.
And then Goku lands in front of Granolah.
You're up against me first, Granolah. You plan to fight me alone? You really are a tribe of fools. Oh, come on. They're not gonna fight him together?
And then it cuts to Vegeta, who's back in his base form, landing on the ruins of the Cerulean City, watching, not Cerulean, but Cerulean City, as he watches Goku and Granolah fight.
This Granolah guy seems to be up to something. I'll keep an eye on this situation for now. There may be more to this than yet another villain to defeat.
Where's the monstrous 8 form you people are known for? You sure know a lot about us.
Based on my own horrible experiences.
We can't pull off that transformation anymore. But I can do this! And then he powers up the Super Saiyan God form.
First golden hair, and now red. I thought all Saiyans had black hair.
Thanks to our training, we got a bunch of transformations up our sleeve. This one's called Super Saiyan God.
God? A bold claim. A name that's at odds with the savage nature of your kind.
Oh, you're one to talk, strongest warrior in the universe? A bold claim.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
Ready when you are. And then both Oil and Vegeta are watching on from their own locations. And then Granolah just puts up 2 fingers and prepares himself, and then there's a shroom sound as it appears that Granolah is almost instantaneously in front of Goku trying to jab his 2 fingers in him. And Goku just manages to dodge out of the way, and Granolah reorients himself in order to him to try and chop down onto Goku. And it's just Goku dodging every single one of Granolah's hits.
I can't find an opening, and he's not backing down. In that case...
And then Goku closes his eyes, accessing Ultra Instinct again, dodging every single move that Granolah tries to shoot his way.
Ultra Instinct. I see. It becomes more accurate when used in conjunction with a Super Saiyan form.
And then Granolah launches in the air, and then light shines on all 10 of his fingers and goes, "Eat this!" And a long stream of shots hit to where Goku is, but Goku, still using Ultra Instinct, dodges all of these shots. And then he looks up, And then he looks up, and Granola's no longer there. And while he's looking up, Granola's already in front of him, and he jabs into Goku's stomach, causing Goku to kind of flinch just a little bit. You almost got me there. I slipped up. Then Goku feels something as Goku falls flat on his stomach, completely out of Super Saiyan God form.
What? How in the... That attack looked just like a little tap. He targeted a vital point again. How is he learning Kakarot's weaknesses so quickly?
Your reaction time is incredibly fast. I can tell that your body moves on its own before your brain even processes incoming attacks.
You notice, huh?
However, even a flawless fighter cannot hide his vital points. As you dodged, I observed your blood flow and muscle movements, and I learned exactly where to strike.
Blood flow? You mean you can see stuff like that?
The right eye of mine is the sharpest in the universe. It sees all.
Sharpest in the...
And then Vegeta's just listening to this whole conversation. Like, first of all, can we talk about how people have super fine hearing where you can talk to people from a distance? Like, you can talk to people from halfway across the town, and it's all like, hey, what are you doing down there? And then the person down on the other side of the town is all like, I'm just over here getting some milk. Like a casual conversation. Like, these people have super hearing is a constant in all anime. There hasn't been a single anime where I've seen people talking to each other from a far off distance and they're not capable of hearing each other unless it's plot related stuff. But everyone has super hearing in all manga and anime. It's weird. And Vegeta,
sharpest in the universe, huh? A tribe driven to extinction known for their evolved right eyes. This is starting to sound familiar.
And then he starts to look around and realize where he is.
Oh, could it be?
Blood blockade, Battlefront. He's like little Leo with the God-seeing eyes. Who's little Leo? Blood blockade, Battlefront. Who's little Leo? I have no idea who that character is.
Could it be?
And that's not all my eye can perceive. You're still concealing your power, aren't you?
Huh?
I don't know what you're up to, but you really don't have the luxury of holding back. You're right. I've still got an even stronger transformation. Hurry up and get on with it then. I have no duty to wait for your sake. As long as the other Saiyan is still alive, I can extract Frieza's location from him. It's no skin off my nose to kill you where you stand. Huh? Frieza's location? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me. I've sacrificed my lifespan in order to take revenge, so I won't let you waste my precious time here. Revenge? Hang on, I thought you were the bad guy.
Shut up, Saiyan! You'll pay for your crimes against the Ceruleans! Take this!
And then he starts charging up and it explodes with power and everyone feels it. Even Oil feels it.
Ugh, Granola's got an aura now.
Whoa, you can boost your own ki that much?
I told you, I'm the universe's strongest warrior, superior to your people in every single way.
You are only superior thanks to a wish, not because you're actually that strong. But he doesn't realize that, though.
Talk about confident, but I've trained a lot recently, so you can't claim that title so easily.
Thank you, Goku. Someone say it to him. And then Goku charges up, and then he goes Super Saiyan Blue.
Blue hair? We call this one Super Saiyan Blue. I couldn't care less what it's called. Just fight me already.
Another round? Sure thing. And then both Goku and Granolah prepare to launch at each other. And they both they just continue to fight as the entire town where the Shigarians are, starts to shake from the force of both Goku and Granolah fighting each other.
What's with these tremors? Look, there's smoke coming from the mountain beyond the colony. What the heck's going on over there?
And then it cuts to Granolah and Goku clashing with each other in the air as Vegeta is looking through the city. And then he puts his hand down.
Yes, I see. It's all making sense now.
And then it cuts to the area where Vegeta's placing his hand down, and he's standing in a still present footprint left behind by a Saiyan that went Great Ape. He's standing in a Great Ape footprint.
I think I know who he is.
To be continued, ladies and gentlemen. Showcase of characters designed by Toriyama Sensei, Monaito, Toriyama Sensei's original draft had this guy's name as Slug, but it was changed to Monaito in order to distinguish him from the character named Slug in one of the Dragon Ball Z movies. And then, the Shigarians, a peaceful, good-natured tribe that immigrated to planet Cereal. Toriyama Sensei really gave us a charming design for these people. All individuals basically have the same face. So the ladies have like a dress-like outfit with eyelashes, and the males have like a regular outfit with pants. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of my physical volume read-throughs of Dragon Ball Super, but not the end of my long read-throughs for Dragon Ball Super. Now, we get to continue with the chapters from Viz, and I'm going to keep with the same 4 chapters per instance. So for the next 4 days, I will fully catch up to Dragon Ball Super, and then I can call my entire massive read-through series a close, and then we can go back to singular chapters for Dragon Ball. But we have made it! I made it to finally being done with physical volume, so now I can read from Viz. So now I don't look like I'm hunched over staring down at a book this whole time. I can look at the pages for you all. This has been a great... I gotta say this. When it comes to me reading physical volumes for all of you, whether it's Dragon Ball, Jujutsu Kaisen, or basically any other series that I have, I enjoy reading them physically, but I also enjoy reading them from like the Viz side as well. But when it comes to me catching up fully to a series, there's a certain feeling to it reading a physical volume for all of you that I get to experience with all of you that I just immensely enjoy. But let me not keep you here any longer than I already have. All I can say at the end of the day, for everyone present here, from Snow to Psycho to Ravi to basically everyone else who is here, I really do hope you enjoyed my physical volume read-throughs. Now we just have the 4 separate streams, and then we'll be fully caught up. But all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, tell people about me by sharing, and maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.